everyone. I welcome all our panelists for the Skilled in Odisha Local to Global session. The global demand for skilled workers is on the rise, and hence there are significant opportunities for overseas placements from Odisha and India. Skilled in Odisha initiative exemplifies the state's ability to tackle the mega trends of the world of work. So we have with us Ms. Anu Arora, Director, Trey Metro Garments Epic Group. So, Anu ma'am, I would like to know, you represent the apparel industry. So with the rapid emergence of new skills in the apparel industry, what specialized trades are emerging and how can skilling be aligned to that?
Hello. So first of all, I would like to thank the state government and the skill development department for having me over for this session. And I would like to congratulate for this wonderful event organized by the state government as well as the government of India. So congratulations for that. I represent apparel manufacturing, and as we speak, we are setting up a garment factory in Odisha. We started the construction last year, and we expect to commence our operations by this year, by September. So I'm very, very glad to have the privilege of saying that we will be generating employment of about 8,000 to 10,000 people in Odisha. Women empowerment is one of our key focus. Coming to the relevant questions, so apparel manufacturing in India has a lot of potential. And the reason why we chose Odisha was because we feel that the youth here has a lot of potential. Skill development is the key. When we talk about apparel manufacturing, we focus on stitching. It's not only about stitching. I would like to emphasize that, beyond stitching, there are other key areas where we should try and train our youth, train our people. This is the world of digitalization, of innovation. The main thing that I would like to stress today, beyond the training and development, is the mindset. Our youth needs to have a very clear goal of catering to the customers. How do we integrate the need of our customers, of our global brands into the training curriculums that we run today? That is the key thing. We collaborate with global brands. We have the training, the trainer on training sessions. Digitalization, innovation are very, very key areas. We have 3D fitting sessions which are not being leveraged or used. So I would like to emphasize the fact that we should look at beyond stitching. We should look at sustainability specialists. How do we create the sustainability trainings in our curriculums? Whether it's environmental sustainability, whether it's recycling fabrics, etc., etc. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Thank you, Anuji. My next question will be to Suresh Ji, the Chief Executive Officer of IT Education Services Singapore. We have partnership with ITIS for the World Skills Center. They are our knowledge partner and the partner in creating the ecosystem of World Skills Center in Odisha. So, sir, I would like to know what are the emerging global trends and how can educators, as we have lot of trainers here from various ITIs, polytechnics, how can educators realign their skilling initiatives and integrate into an industry-ready curriculum?
Thank you, Rashmita ji, and good afternoon to everyone. As educational practitioners in, say, vocational and skills training, we have a bit of a challenge because we actually serve two markets. One is education, the other one is employers. Okay? So the role of educators is to impart knowledge and ensure that the students have a thirst for learning. Okay, that part I think is very clear. But we also have an eye on the employability of these students once they graduate from our institutions. And so, while as educators, all our teachers, our lecturers have all been certified and are qualified to impart and trigger certain pedagogy, the important thing is that the educators really need to keep in touch with the employers, so that I think one of the earlier panelists mentioned relevance. So what we impart is relevant for employability of these students once they leave the institution. So that means keeping track of all these emerging trends. So again, in the earlier panel, we were informed of some of these new emerging areas, green energy being one, AI, artificial intelligence being another, but there are many others, right? Which, for example, quantum computing is coming up, hybrid computing, energy efficient computing, which goes with the data center. So the list goes on and on. So these are all areas which our lecturers need to be familiar with. So I would strongly encourage very strong investment in our teaching staff to make sure that we enable them to engage with industry, to engage with platforms which allows them to be current. Because once you are not current, then what you are teaching the students is something from yesteryear, and there the relevance diminishes.
Thank you. We have another illustrious panelist with us, a son of the soil who has graduated from NIT Rourkela in BTech in Metallurgical Engineering. We have many engineering students also over with us, along with the faculty members and professors. So I would like to request Dr. Partha Mahapatra sir to share some deep insights with us from his experience in abroad, that how can Odisha leverage its growing education ecosystem to build a globally competitive workforce, and specifically how can our academia collaborate with industries, and what we are, in your experience in abroad, what you are doing there to do the same.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that being an academician, I've been invited to such a great event. I really see how much development is taking place in Odisha. Even like from the last time I visited Odisha to this time, I can see a tremendous change that is going on around in the industry as well as in the employment sector. Coming to the question, I've been teaching in California State University as well as in countries like France and Hungary for almost 2 decades. And what I feel is that there has been a huge change in the education system in the last 1 year itself. There has been change in the way we are supposed to be teaching our students. Now, let me take it back. We are now told we should not be teaching anymore. We should be facilitators of knowledge dissemination, because the tools are so varied nowadays that teaching has taken of less importance, the traditional way of teaching, whereas we would like to become more facilitators of learning acquisition. What we mean is that we have so many tools like, for example, Chat GPT, or we have tools like Coursera or LinkedIn Learning and so on, that we are now trying to integrate all this into our curriculum. And I see specifically for a very young and hard-working ODIA students a great opportunity to emulate some of the things that we are doing over there. I feel that many of the students should take the onus on themselves to go ahead and look into how they can learn from different online mediums which are available. Luckily, the Odisha government has made available many of these free of cost. I know that the Skill Development Authority has made it available, things like Coursera and other MOOC courses available free of cost to the students who are registered in different institutes and colleges. I urge the students to take advantage of this and enroll in the specific modern day courses which are relevant. For example, if you want to learn something of machine learning and artificial intelligence relevant to your area, as we have understood from many of the panelists here as well as from the previous panel section, artificial intelligence is not just something for computer science graduates anymore. It is relevant for every industry. It is embedded in every industry. So the students should be what we call as artificial intelligence. They should have the ability to understand what it is and how it is applied in their industry. And that is something that I would like all the students to take it with them. The second aspect that I see is that we have a very good entrepreneurship cell in our university, which has been fortunate to have been given a good grant from the industry. The industries, I see many of the industries being set up here are related to clean energy, sustainability, circular economy. I believe that they should be helping these entrepreneurship cells to be embedded in each and every university in the state, and that should be a greater industry academia partnership. And for example, we conduct a regular competitions among entrepreneurs, and one of the industries has come out with the waste management system competition, and that is sponsored by that particular company which is related to waste management. Now those kind of initiatives can be given, and this is especially true in India because the Indian government has made a CSR mandate of 2% contribution from the net profit for some of the companies. So I think there are ample opportunities. I'll leave it at that and pass it on because as an academician, I can go on and on. So I'll leave it at that for now.
Thank you. Moving from academia to the skilled migration, Ms. Dennis is head of skilled migration, Indo-German Chamber of Commerce. We had a couple of discussions with her earlier also on what are the critical skills and competencies that we should develop in our ITI students, polytechnic students, to meet the demand of German industries. We have the whole forum of students from polytechnics and ITI, World Skills Center, SDI and various other institutions along with their faculty members. We would like to know what are the critical skills you think is important so that we can fill in the gap with the German industries.
Yes, thank you so much for the question. Also, thank you for the opportunity today to speak here. There are a couple of skills that are really, really crucial. The first is practical exposure. So pass-outs need to know what they need to do when they have their first day on the job and don't need to have like an long onboarding period where they first learn how to do their job, but they should come ready from the colleges. And really important also that there is industry aligned so that the industries are involved in the education while the education is still happening, I think. And then the second really, really important point is language. So for going to Germany, in Germany everybody will be speaking German, so it's really important that they get some kind of language training if they want to work in Germany. This can start at very basic, and then everybody who takes the German classes can decide, oh, this is a language I can adapt to, maybe this is a career pathway for me, and then they can decide if they want to specialize further into German and then go to Germany. I think that's really important. And I think I also want to really highlight that there's a misconception that only graduates can go to Germany. Germany is looking for a lot of different skilled people, and among them is also everything that is vocationally skilled. So somebody from an ITI, somebody from a polytechnic college, they are in very, very high demand in Germany, and they would have a lot of good potential if they can get the language right, and also if they have some kind of practical work experience.
Dennis, just to add on to that, could you highlight any key sectors in Germany that present the most opportunities for our students out here?
Yes, sure. So everything that is STEM professions, so say engineering backgrounds, this is mechanical, a lot of demand for the machines that are built in Germany. Electrical, also very high demand because we are also moving away from fossil fuels to renewables. So the process of transforming the whole energy sector requires a lot of energy experts. So this could be electricians, electrical engineers. The whole bandwidth is in demand at the moment. Healthcare is also really in demand, and IT sector also very high in demand in various different professions. And also overall, there's a skill shortage in so many different areas that a lot of people would have potential.
Thank you, Dennis. I'll now we have with us Mr. Rajkumarji, Chairman Navis HR. Navis is a global leader in human resources, and they do have a partnership with us in which they have trained our drivers from our training center in Chatia, Jajpur, and now they are on their way of completion of the Japanese language training in a short time frame of 4 months, and the first set of pilot batch of around 20 drivers will be soon moving to Japan for their employment opportunities. Now, having said that, could you elaborate a bit more that beyond language, what are the cross-cultural skills that are relevant for the international placements, be in Japan or elsewhere?
Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank the Skill Development and Employment Government of Odisha for giving an opportunity to be a part of the panel for local to global. As we all know, there is a lot of changes happening globally when it comes to immigration policies and opportunities. Now, it has both sides. There are some policies which will restrict immigration from India, but that at the same time, there are a lot of more opportunities where the policies are going to be in favor of the young youth of India. Having said that, I think the shift is now more on the east when it comes for India. Countries like Japan, South Korea, of course Germany. The era is that's a aging society, and Japan is one of the leading country when it comes to aging society. The average age of India is almost 28 years, but currently the average age of Japan is 49.9, almost 50 years. 50 years is the average age of Japan, and it is expected to cross 60 years within a decade, and the peak will be, the average age of Japan will be 65 years very soon. Now this gives an opportunity for the young youth to look at countries like Japan, where resources are required in various categories. Of course, it starts from IT, and there's a lot of advanced technical expertise being done on semiconductor. There's a lot of collaboration happening between India and Japan on semiconductor. Japan is now trying to create the next generation of 2 nanometer chip, and which will be produced in mass from 2027. but the challenge is lack of resources. And because of the aging society, the next area that needs a lot of people is especially on the health care. A lot of people are required for caretaking to take care of the aging society of Japan. Japan has two large issues. One is the percentage of aged people or more, and not only that, most of them cross easily 100 years of their life. So this needs a lot of people on the health care. And having said that, now Japan has very openly committed on a policy telling that 8,20,000 people are required other than IT. So if it includes IT and IT related services, Japan needs 10 lakh of people by 2029, and this is committed by the government of Japan. And there is also a sort of commitment to at least take 5 to 10% of them from India. And when it comes to the skills, yes, as we all know, there's a lot of opportunity, and our young youth can really perform in these countries when it comes to technology. But what is required now is the language skills. So what we did is we created a training program where we trained, and we have sent Indian nurses to work as nurses in caretakers in Japan. If you see the percentage of Indian resources working in Japan, after IT, caretaking is the second most percentage of resources working out of Japan. And there are almost 16 categories that needs immediate resources. This includes, as I said, IT or semiconductor industry, which needs electrical engineers, which needs fabrication engineers, design engineers. Along with that, there's a need for caretakers, and there's a need for hotel and hospitality. And the major problem is now in logistics. Japan, being a country of supply chain, needs a lot of people for logistics. And as Mrs. Panda mentioned now, we are very glad that we will be sending the first Indian driver from the state of Odisha. I think this is going to create an example that any sort of domain is required, at least for countries like Japan. And we are all looking forward. And the most important thing that I would like to share here is, as Mrs. Panda mentioned, they mastered the language within 4 months. They are all, most of them are drivers, so they come from diploma background. But we were surprised to see that they were able to master the language. The reason is because, as we all know, we Indians can speak more than 2 or 3 or even 4 languages. So learning a 5th language of German or Japan is not difficult for us. So I request all of the young youth to be more focused and try to get additional skills, including the technical skills that they possess. Thank you.
Thank you. Sureshji, you have been the principal of IT Central before this crucial assignment that you have taken over recently. So we have many principals with us also today. And along with the students. So I would like to know, what message would you offer to educators in our state looking to enhance placements, internships, and on-the-job training in line with global best policies? In fact, I would also like to mention that many of our students have visited through the student exchange program to your institute, IT Central in Singapore. Hence, they are always excited whenever they come back. So this is a very crucial message for our faculty members out here.
Well, you know, the one thing is very clear, right? And everyone likes to travel, I think. So I can understand why the students are quite excited about traveling elsewhere. It's just part of the human experience and exchange. But coming to specifically as a vocational training institute, the segment of students that you see in vocational training varies across social status, right? But they perform an extremely in the overall value chain of economic activity. And so we as societies need to recognize that and accord them the appropriate recognition and respect. Only then can you have individuals aspire to take on roles and want to stay in these roles, which enables the continued growth of experience and deep expertise. In fact, I even know of some German villages where the Meister, who's a very deep skilled practical practitioner, is even called on to officiate in wedding ceremonies and all. That's the level of social standing they have. So as a community, and I think this you see across Asia, right? Singapore's no exception. Okay, so the main thing is as principals, as lecturers, what we need to do is emphasize to these students that what they are studying for, what they're aspiring to learn and pick up is very important. And that's where I think my earlier point on linking up with industry is very critical. Getting students direct exposure to industry practices so that they have a view of kind of their path once they leave the institution. Right? So these are all elements which I think help to contribute to students wanting to be motivated in skilling. Earlier panelists, I think a lot of comments were made on IT and advanced technology, and that's not surprising because India is so big, in fact a massive contributor globally when it comes to the IT sector. But in what we do with World Skills Center in Odisha, at least a lot of it is tied to actual hands-on practice. So it's experiential learning, which I think requires a lot of physical time on equipment to know the task and come up to certain level of competencies. So, these kinds of tasks, these skills which lead to these kinds of tasks being certified at different skill levels, in the context of this panel's topic of local versus international standards, I think the international standard really is a proxy for quality. For example, a product is made by someone somewhere. Typically, if it's made by a well-known company, internationally known brand, you'd expect at least a 1-year warranty. It's just a proxy to say that this will function effectively for at least a year without breaking down, right? That's what it means. Do we expect and demand the same kind of standards or quality from a locally made product? So that's again a proxy of the processes deployed by that company to make that product. And that's where you define the difference between a local standard and perhaps an international standard. So these are just ways in which you make those comparisons when someone says a local standard versus international standard. And of course, when it comes to skilling and internationally recognized certification, obviously it depends on your intention. If your intention is after training in this local institution, you'd like that person to go somewhere else and work internationally. then an international certification definitely helps a lot, because then it's recognized for that person to be employed elsewhere. But if your intention is just to have them be employed locally, and now you're trying to bring in foreign direct investment, and these are companies which may have been used to international certifications, then your local standard being raised to that international standard also comes in very useful for them. Okay? So having these kind of proxies, which are quality standards for your training and the competency of your students who are trained, definitely become very useful.
Thank you. Last but not the least, I'd like to know from Dr. Parth Mahapatra, what advice would you like to give to our young students who are aspiring to succeed in this fast-changing technology and global environment?
Thank you. I love preaching to the students, so this is my opportunity. So I personally believe that the students of Odisha are one of the most hardworking, and they really like to excel in whatever they do. But now, because of the new era of education, we have to approach it in a little differently. You don't have to only do things that are done in your institute and college. Get out of it and try to learn something which your passion is about. And there are so many ways and opportunity to learn from different avenues. Apart from what I mentioned about the Coursera and other MOOC areas courses, you can also think about looking at different pathways to learn about AI. For example, both Google and Amazon, as well as Microsoft actually, all three of them have created different pathways to learn AI, and for different levels. Whichever area you are in, you may want to pursue some of it. The other thing I want to suggest is to look at some opportunity for cross-disciplinary knowledge. For example, someone who is working in apparel industry should try to connect with some of your friends in National Institute of Fashion Technology, which is in Bhubaneswar. So this interdisciplinary approach can be suggested by faculty, as well as if the students take their own interest to learn something from different business schools, different fashion technology institutes, and so on for the new economy, then that would be definitely good. The other last one, and there are many things that I can talk about, but just to be brief, the last one is be honest. If you are trying to get a micro-credential on some particular discipline, on say data analytics in accounting, or Alteryx or Tableau, if you are getting this micro certification, do all the work yourself and get the certification, because the industry would know if someone else is doing the work for you and you are getting the certification. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. My gratitude to all the panelists who have shared their insights from their experience and the vast domain knowledge that all of you possess. Thank you to each and every one. Now I would like to request for the felicitation of the panelists. I would like to invite Honorable Minister sir and Secretary sir for coming to the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, requesting all of you to please put your hands together for a wonderful session that we had. Thanking our panelists and requesting Honorable Minister and Bhupender Singh Punia sir to kindly felicitate our panelists. And I would also like to thank Rashmita ma'am for wonderfully moderating the session. Once again, we'd like to thank our panelist, our moderator, and would like to thank Honorable Minister and Bhupender sir for doing the honors. Requesting all of you to kindly bear with us. We'll take a quick moment for the session changeover, followed by which we shall be welcoming Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha. So requesting all of you to please stay put at your places, and this will barely take a minute. Thank you.
Check, 1, 2. Check, hey. Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Hey, hey. Check, 1, 2. 2. Hey. Hey. Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Hey, 1. Check, 1, 2. Check, 1. Hey, hey, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Hey, hey, 1, 2. Check, 1. Hey.
The ladies and gentlemen, requesting all of you to kindly take your seats. We're about to begin the most awaited session for the day. May I kindly request all the officials, partners, invitees, and our participants to kindly take their seats. We're about to start the session. We shall be shortly welcoming the Chief Minister of Odisha. Requesting all of you to kindly settle down, please. Ladies and gentlemen, requesting all of you to kindly be seated. We are about to start the next session. In no time, requesting all of you to kindly be seated. Requesting all the invitees, participants, officials, partners to please be seated. We're about to start the next session. And now, I'd like to request Shri Sampath Chandra Swai, Honorable Minister of State, Skill Development and Technical Education and Industries to kindly join us on stage. Requesting Shri Atul Kumar Tiwari, IAS Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. Requesting Shri Samarth Verma, IAS Director, Technical Education and Training to please join us on the stage. Requesting Shri Bhupendra Singh Punia, IAS Commissioner cum Secretary, Skill Development and Technical Education Department to please join us. Requesting Ms. Rashmita Panda, IAS Director, Skill Development cum Employment, Odisha. And requesting Shri Nikunja Dhar, ACS to Chief Minister of Odisha to kindly join us on stage. I'd like to request our dignitaries to kindly take their seats. Ladies and gentlemen, requesting all of you once again to kindly take your seats. We're about to welcome the Chief Minister of Odisha. May I kindly request all of you to please take your seats. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha is already at the venue and he's reaching the hall in no time, requesting all of you to kindly keep to your seats, requesting all the invitees and participants to please keep to their seats. We're about to start this session. The dignitaries are seated. We're about to welcome the Chief Minister of Odisha, hence requesting all of you to kindly take your seats. समस्त फैकल्टी मेंबर्स आउ टीचर्स मानक रिक्वेस्ट करिया को चाहिए students मानक प्लीज तांको सीट्स रे बसेबे may I kindly request the faculty members, the teachers who are accompanying the participating students to please retain them to their seats. Once again requesting the teachers and the faculty members to please keep the students to their seats. We're shortly going to welcome the CM of Odisha. So may I kindly request all of you, समस्तों को अनुरोध करिबे निज निज सीट्स रे बसे की रहिबे. एक बार फिर से मैं सारे टीचर्स और फैकल्टी मेंबर्स से रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगी कि प्लीज़ सारे पार्टिसिपेटिंग स्टूडेंट्स को उनके सीट्स पर ही बिठाए रखें. रिक्वेस्टिंग ऑल द पार्टिसिपेटिंग स्टूडेंट्स एंड द इन्वाइटीज टू प्लीज़ रिटेन द सीट्स. आउथरे समस्त फैकल्टी मेंबर्स आउ टीचर्स मानू को अनुरोध करिया को चाहिए कि पिला मानू तांको सीट्स रे ही बसई रखंतु. जो माने भी हॉल रे प्रेजेंट अछंती समस्त को अनुरोध करिबे निज निज सीट्स रे बसिकी रहिबा पई. आमे किछि मुहूर्त मध्य रे ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर को वेलकम करिया को जाउछु ए हॉल रे. सो समस्त को मोर अनुरोध निज निज सीट्स रे बसिकी रहिबे. रिक्वेस्टिंग everyone to kindly retain their seats. We're about to welcome Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha in a while. So I'd like to request all of you to please keep to your seats. Thank you. To all the participating students who are outside the hall right now, would like to announce and request all of you to please come back to the hall and take your seats again. This is for all the invitees and participants. For those who are not in the hall right now, requesting all of you to please come back and take your seats. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, requesting all of you to please take your seats. Hall pachre jo mama ne achanti tanko anurodh karibe niज निज seats nei jibe. Requesting all the students to please take your seats. समस्त स्टूडेंट्स मानों को अनुरोध करिया को चाहिए निज निज सीट्स नहीं नेबे. Requesting all the faculty members and teachers to please ensure that the students are seated. To all the invitees entering the hall right now, I'll request all of you to please take the right arrangement for the seating. Please kindly take the seats on my right. जो माने बेबे हॉल को एंटर करछन्ती तांको अनुरोध करिबी स्टेज रो राइट साइड रो सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट रे निज निज सीट्स नबा को. Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha is arriving in a minute from now. May I kindly request everybody in the hall to please take their seats. The dignitaries have joined us on the stage. I'd like to request the gathering today to kindly take their seats and get settled. Once again, requesting the faculty members and teachers to please make sure that the students are at the seats. जो लोग भी हॉल के पीछे हैं, मैं उनसे दरख्वास्त करना चाहूँगी, प्लीज़ अपने अपने seats ले लें. Requesting all of you to kindly take your seats. We're about to welcome Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha in a minute from now. Hence, requesting all of you to please take your seats. To all the participants and invitees entering the hall, requesting all of you to please take your seats to the right side of the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri mohanmajhi has arrived with us. Requesting all of you to please put your hands together as we welcome him to this wonderful session, the most awaited one for today in Utkarsh, Odisha, Make in Odisha Conclave 2025. Welcoming Shri mohanmajhi, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Requesting all of you to kindly take your seats. And now may I kindly request Sri Sampath Chandra Swami, Honorable Minister of State, Skill Development, Technical Education and Industries, Odisha, to kindly join us for the welcome address. And before the welcome address, requesting Honorable Minister to please present a small token of welcoming to Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha. Thank you so much. Requesting Honorable Minister to please present the welcome address now.
जय जगन्नाथ. Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri mohanmajhi ji, Secretary, Minister of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, Shri Atul Tiwari ji, SCS to Chief Minister, Shri Nikunj Dhalo ji, Commissioner cum Secretary Sri Bhupinder Singh Punia ji, Director Skill Development cum Employment and Director Technical Education and Training, partners, colleagues and my dear students. At the outset, I would like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for his gracious presence and exemplary leadership that has steered our state toward growth and progress. Skilling is the backbone of the economy, not just an input for economic growth but a determinant of its pace and sustainability. Odisha is fully prepared to meet the emerging skill demand across various sectors, setting benchmarks in quality and innovation. Today we had two very insightful sessions. The first session on skilling for Vikshit Odisha 2036 and Vikshit Bharat 2047 saw the participation of Air Marshal retired K. Anant Raman, Head of Vice President GMR Aero Academy, Sri Manish Prasad, President and MD, SAP India, Sri Narahari N, Chief Operating Officer, Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail Limited, Sri Prashant Chobe, President Business Development, Abada Group, Sri Sandeep Dheer, CEO, Tata Steel Technical Service. The second session on Skilled in Odisha, Local to Global, witnessed the participation of Dr. Anu Arora, Director, Trimetro Garments, EPIC Group, Ms. Dinesh Ekron, Head Skilled Migration, Indo-German Chamber of Commerce, Sri Patha Mahapatra, Associate Professor, College of Business Administration, California State University, Sri Suresh Natarajan, CEO, ITES Singapore, Sri Rajkumar Sambandam, Chairman, Navis HR. The discussions explored the growing demand for skilled workforce globally, Odisha's experiences and the roadmap to build globally competitive talent pool. We have noted the valuable suggestions and ideas shared during these sessions and will work on a comprehensive plan to convert them into actionable outcomes. We are also glad to have with us Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. I am sure in the coming times we will work together to make India the skill capital. Today, Odisha is recognized as a leader in skill development. We are creating world-class skill center, partnering with top-tier industry leaders and implementing innovative programs for meaningful employment and economic self-reliance. Under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Chief Minister, skill development remains a core priority and a driver of socio-economic transformation. As Odisha approaches its centenary celebration in 2036, our vision aligns with the national goal of a Vikshit Bharat 2047. By nurturing talent, fostering entrepreneurship, and ensuring sustainable employment, Odisha will significantly contribute to this national vision. We look forward to continued support from our industry partners and reaffirm our commitment to meet the evolving demands for skilled human resource. Thank you. Bande Utkal Janani.
Thank you so much, sir, for the befitting welcome address. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I request all of you to please feast your eyes on the screen in front of you. I'd like to request the console to please play an audio visual on Skilled in Odisha.
Odisha, a land of vibrant culture and dynamic growth, is charting a transformative journey through skill development. From an agrarian economy to a diversified industrial hub, the state has embraced change with a robust skilling ecosystem at its core. Under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendramodi, India is on the path to achieving Vikshit Bharat 2047, setting global benchmarks in technology, sustainability and innovation while emphasizing on skilling, reskilling and upskilling. Aligned with this national vision, the tireless efforts of Honorable Chief Minister Shri mohanmajhi are propelling Odisha toward Vikshit Odisha 2036, ensuring inclusive growth and a future-ready workforce. Today, Odisha boasts 8 ITIs ranked among the top 100 in India and cutting-edge facilities across all government ITIs and polytechnics. Over 32,000 students annually gain expertise in emerging trades, setting a benchmark in vocational education. Through the Sudaksha scheme, Odisha has broken gender barriers, increasing girls' enrollment in ITIs from a mere 6% in 2016 to an inspiring 31% today. The World Skill Center stands a symbol of excellence, training over 4,000 youth annually and facilitating global placements in collaboration with ITEES Singapore. Centers of excellence in futuristic fields like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity and cloud computing are shaping a workforce ready for Industry 4.0. Odisha's youth are also making their mark on the global stage with medal-winning performances in world skills competitions, showcasing their expertise to the world. We have laid a strong foundation for becoming the skill capital for the world. Odisha aims at setting the stage for a collaborative vision of workforce-led industrial growth. Odisha is not just preparing for the future, it is creating one. Invest in Odisha, invest in skills, invest in future.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was what Odisha has to offer to everybody present here. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we shall be doing the exchange of MOUs. The stage has been exemplary in making partnerships, in building futures for so many students. In fact, some of them are even present here. We're extremely proud to be exchanging the MOUs on the stage of Utkarsh Odisha, Make in Odisha Conclave 2025. I'd like to request our dignitaries for the beginning of the exchange of MOUs. The first MOU is to be signed between Shri Raj Kumar Patra, Assistant Director, DSDE, and Shri Saugata Roy Chaudhary, Executive Director from Skill Development Confederation of Indian Industry, for the establishment of model career centers for counseling and placement. Requesting our dignitaries to kindly step forward. Next, requesting Shri R.M. Kilana, Additional Director, Directorate of Skill Development and Employment, and Shri Suraj Kalra, Group CEO of Tri-Metro Garments Epic Group, to please join us on the stage for the MOU for hiring of skilled human resources in apparel sector. And ladies and gentlemen, for the next MOU, I'd like to request Ms. Rashmita Panda, IAS Director, Skill Development cum Employment, Shri Sanjeev Pradhan, Deputy Director, Directorate of Skill Development and Employment, and Shri Manish Prasad, President and Managing Director, SAP India, and Vice President, SAP India, to please join us on the stage, along with Shri Sahad, MD, Electromech Enterprise Private Limited, authorized partner of SAP, to please join us on the stage for the MOU of SAP certification for students of higher education and higher technical education. Requesting everybody to please put your hands together. Like we all know, this is where the futures get shaped, and indeed a moment for all of us to put in our appreciation together. Requesting all of you to please keep applauding the efforts by our partners. Next, requesting Shri Sanjeev Pradhan, Deputy Director, Directorate of Skill Development and Employment, and Mr. Sanjay Ranganathan, Chief Executive of L&T Edutech, to please join us on the stage for the MOU to provide advanced digital skilling courses. Once again, I'd like to request all of you to please keep putting your hands together. Next, requesting Ms. Rashmita Panda, IAS Director, Skill Development cum Employment, Shri Samarth Verma, IAS Director, Technical Education and Training, and Shri Indrajit Mukherjee, Vice Chairman, TechSMACO, to please join us on the stage for the MOU of Knowledge Partner for Training and Development in Steel Foundry related courses. Can you please have Shri Indrajit Mukherjee, Vice Chairman TechSMACO, joining us on the stage. Next, requesting Shri Pinaki Patnaik, Chief Operating Officer, World Skills Center, Bhubaneswar, and Shri Jihad Hamid Sharif, Manager Installations Regional Planning and Development, South India Fujitech India Private Limited, Shri Prashant N, Assistant Manager Human Resources Regional HR, South India Fujitech India Limited, to please join us on the stage for the MOU of recruitment of skilled human resources through hire, train, deploy model. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a constant reminder for all of us that this is where the future is getting shaped. This is the moment where we really need to appreciate by putting our hands together. आप सबसे मेरी दरख्वास्त है तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए. May I kindly request all of you to please keep applauding the efforts. Next, requesting Ms. Jita Mitra Satpathy, Deputy Principal, World Skills Center, Bhubaneswar, and Dr. Sanjeev Mahapatra, Honorary Secretary, Utkarsh Chamber of Commerce, to please join us on the stage for the MOU of Industry Institute Partnership to enhance skills and employability. Next, requesting Professor Vibhuti Bhushan Biswal, Vice Chancellor, OUTR, and Shri Terence Miranda, Managing Director, Philips Machine Tools India Private Limited, to please join us on the stage for the MOU of establishment of Center of Excellence in Digital Manufacturing Technology. Professor Vibhuti Bhushan Biswal and Shri Terence Miranda. Ladies and gentlemen, for the next MOU, requesting Ms. Renu Prabha Naik, Registrar, OUTR, and Professor Daya Nidhi Mishra, Director, Planning, Monitoring, Evaluation, OUAT, to please join us on the stage for the MOU for sharing of laboratory facilities for research in renewable energy, artificial intelligence, and robotics in agriculture. Ms. Renu Prabha Naik and Professor Daya Nidhi Mishra. For the next MOU, requesting Shri Pradeep Dang, Registrar, Veer Surendra Sai, University of Technology, Burla, and Shri Pradeep Jha, Zonal Head Technical, Ultratech Cement, to please join us on the stage for their MOU for the collaboration to strengthen industry-academic relationship in construction technologies. Ladies and gentlemen, requesting all of you to please keep putting your hands together for all the MOUs that we see concreting on the stage right in front of you. For the next MOU, requesting Professor Amya Kumar Rath, Vice Chancellor, BPUT Rourkela, Dr. Bidyadhar Sahu, Director, IGIT Sarang, and Shri Terence Miranda, Managing Director, Philips Machine Tools India Private Limited, and Shri Manoj Kumar Das, Managing Director and CEO, Embasys Innovative Technologies Private Limited, for the MOU for the establishment of Center of Excellence on Simulation and Modeling. Ladies and gentlemen, requesting all of you to please put your hands together. Next, requesting Professor Amya Kumar Rath, Biju Patnaik University of Technology, Rourkela, and Shri Pradeep Jha, Zonal Head Technical Ultratech Cement Limited, to please join us on the stage for their MOU on establishment of Center of Excellence on Civil Engineering. Requesting Professor Amya Kumar Rath and Shri Pradeep Jha. तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए, ladies and gentlemen. Requesting all of you once again for a thunderous applause. Next, requesting Shri Samarth Verma, IAS, Director Technical Education and Training, and Shri Mandar Natu, Sustainability Project Manager, Siemens India, and Shri Digvijay Rajput, GIZ India, to please come forward for the MOU for implementation of IGNITE programs in IITs. This is the MOUs for implementation of IGNITE program in ITIs. Requesting all of you to please put your hands together. Next, requesting Shri P.K. Behra, Principal, Madhusudan ITI Chaudhar, and Shri Satwik Swai to please join us on the stage for the introduction of dual system of training in ITIs. Also requesting Shri Sanjeev Rai Singh, Principal ITI Cuttack, and Shri Satwik Swai, OASME Council for Engineering and Technology Cuttack. Next. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the MOU is for the introduction of dual system of training in ITIs. Thank you so much. Requesting Shri Sanjeev Rai Singh, Principal ITI Cuttack, to kindly join us. Requesting Shri Satwik Swai to please be with us on the stage. Mr. Satwik Swai. Next, requesting Dr. Hrishikesh Mohanty, Principal, Bose, Cuttack, and Dr. Bijay Kumar Sahu, Senior Regional Manager, NRDC, Government of India, to please join us on the stage for the next MOU. Ladies and gentlemen, requesting all of you to please keep putting your hands together in appreciation for all the MOUs between the departments and the industry partners to strengthen the future of Odisha. Next, requesting Dr. Hrishikesh Mohanty and Dr. Bijay Kumar Sahu for the MOU for providing IP and innovation value addition services to ITI and Polytechnic students. Requesting all of you to please keep applauding, ladies and gentlemen. Next, requesting Shri Ajay Kumar Panda, Joint Director, DTET, and Shri Mandar Natu, Sustainability Project Manager, Siemens India, to please join us on the stage for the MOU of facilitating industry-oriented green skilling and improving female participation in vocational training. Ladies and gentlemen, Shri Ajay Kumar Panda and Shri Mandar Natu on the stage for the MOU of facilitating industry-oriented green skilling and improving female participation in vocational training. ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଗୋଟେ जोरदार କରତାଳି ଦେବା ପାଇଁ ଆମ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ତରଫରୁ ଅନୁରୋଧ. Thanking all the departments and the industry partners. Thank you so much. Requesting all our dignitaries to kindly take their seats. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the most awaited address for the day. It's time that we invite and request Shri mohanmajhi, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, to please join us for his kind address for the gathering.
Jai Jagannath. Honorable Minister Sri Sampad Chandra Swai, Union Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Sri Atul Kumar Tiwari ji, Additional Chief Secretary Sri Nikunj Bihari Dhal, Commissioner cum Secretary SD and Technical Education Department Sri Bhupendra Singh Punia, Director Skill Development and Employment Ms. Rashmita Panda, Director Technical Education of Training Sri Samarth Burma, panelists present here for this plenary session, industry captains, business leaders, esteemed panelists, distinguished guests and एठी आज उपस्थित थिबा विभिन्न प्रतिष्ठान रु आसीथिबा मोर अति आदरर समस्त छात्र छात्री भाई और भौणी माने मु आपण मानकु समस्त को शुभेच्छा और अभिनंदन जणाउछि। My warm greetings to you all. At the outset, I most thank each of you for participating in this Utkarsh Odisha Make in Conclave. Your participation and upcoming projects will add not only to the progress of the state but also add value to your own respective organizations. I am delighted to interact with all of you in this plenary session, which resonates our commitment and preparedness to power the industrial growth of Odisha through a skilled workforce. It signals a new dawn for the youth of Odisha, who will now go global with the sheer strength of the brand Skill in Odisha. I am glad to know that there are detailed deliberations on two emerging themes on skilling, that is skilling for Samruddh Odisha 2036 and Vikshit Bharat 2047, and skill in Odisha local to global. The government is committed to work on the suggestions and look forward to your active participation in making Odisha the skill capital. The first preconditions of starting businesses are land, labor and resources, especially monetary resources. Without these three basic conditions, you cannot start a business. Rest of things can wait or can be taken care of later. Among the three basic conditions, perhaps labor or human resources are the most important one. With the change in time and the way business is done nowadays, a very high level of skilled manpower is needed. However, as per reports, I am not quoting any particular number. You are well aware of it that a large number of our skilled youths who are graduates with technical degrees are unemployable. Even if industry wants to offer jobs, there are not enough skilled people out there to grab the opportunity. Hence, we need a workforce not only skilled enough but also should be industry ready. In order to fill this gap, in the last budget, under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendramodi ji, an internship program was initiated. PM Internship scheme is a remarkable initiative launched by the Indian government designed to provide valuable internship opportunities for the youth of India. The program, part of the larger vision for skill development and employment, aims to bridge the gap between academic learning and real-world experience by offering internship across the top 500 companies. This initiative not only gives interns hands-on experience in their fields, but also equips them with the skill and insights needed to build successful careers in the public sector. In 5 years, 1 crore youth will be made industry ready through this hands-on program. In the words of Honorable Prime Minister himself, skill development and employment are crucial need in India. Our government is consistently working in this direction. Through our own Skill in Odisha initiative, we are equipping our youth with job-ready skill that meet global standards. A highlight of this endeavor is the World Skill Center Bhubaneswar, established in collaboration with ITES Singapore, which focus on technical expertise, soft skill, and cultural adaptability. By modernizing ITIs, polytechnics, and skill development centers, Odisha is creating a workforce that is not just ready, industry ready, but also future ready. This month, we had the privilege of hosting the Honorable President of Singapore at the World Skills Center. Together, Odisha and Singapore signed 8 MOUs in new age areas, including skilling in semiconductor sector, green hydrogen corridor, strengthening Odisha's fintech ecosystem, Odisha petrochemicals and petroleum investment region, new city plan, research in new energy and skilling for the future. Our aim is to keep a highly skilled band of industry-ready manpower ready for the upcoming industries that you will be establishing here. Odisha is undergoing a transformative journey driven by progressive policies, robust infrastructure, and an investor-friendly ecosystem. Strategic investments in world-class infrastructure, state-of-the-art ports, seamless road connectivity, and efficient logistics have made Odisha an attractive destination for both domestic and international investors. As you have heard, our Honorable Prime Minister, that Odisha is going to be the driving engine, not only the Eastern India, but also in the entire country. Fortunately, in the last few years, Odisha has developed into an educational hub, especially in the field of technical education. We boast some of the best technical institutions of national importance, such as IIT, IIM, NIT, Niger, AIMS, IJR, and specialized research institutions like the Institute of Physics, Institute of Life Science, and the Indian Institute of Water Management. These reputed institutions are churning out highly trained manpower year after year. Apart from its natural and geographical advantages, Odisha's true strength lie in its people. The state has a young, skilled, and dynamic workforce ready to meet the evolving demands of modern industries. Our state government is committed to transforming higher education institutions, including technical institutions, to align with global standards and address the evolving demands of the workforce. We are tailoring our skilling ecosystem to prepare a future-ready workforce, ensuring that our youth become not just job seekers but innovators and job creators. As Odisha approaches its centenary in 2036, we are guided by a bold vision to transform the state into a global leader in skill development, economic progress, and social inclusion. Empower our youth with the skills, opportunities, and confidence to thrive in a rapidly evolving global economy is central to this vision. I call upon industry leaders from India and around the globe to invest in Odisha and be a partner of our Skill in Odisha program. Together, let us build a future that reflects the potential, resilience, and excellence of Odisha. Thank you. Bande Utkarsh Janani, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
Ladies and gentlemen, requesting all of you to please join your hands to applaud this wonderful address by Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri mohanmajhi. Thank you, sir, once again. And now, ladies and gentlemen, requesting Ms. Rashmita Panda, IAS Director, Skill Development cum Employment, Odisha, to please present the vote of thanks.
Namaskar and good afternoon. Today has been a great day for all of us, and it's my proud privilege to extend the vote of thanks. It's my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Chief Minister, sir, who has always given us the inspiring leadership. Our Honorable Minister, Skill Development and Technical Education and Industries, who has always given his support and encouragement to the whole team. Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Additional Chief Secretary to Honorable Chief Minister, sir. Secretary, Skill Development and Technical Education Department, my colleague Samarth, my whole team of Skill Development and Technical Education Department, who has been instrumental in helping us for organizing, all the industry leaders, captains, and the eminent panelists who have come and joined hands with us today, all our faculty members of ITI polytechnics and the various engineering colleges, delegates, media representatives. It has been a momentous occasion for all of us, and I thank each and everyone from the core of my heart. Thank you.
Thanking all our dignitaries once again, thanking Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha for gracing the occasion, thanking all the officials, our industry partners, all the guests, thanking all our participants, invitees, students. Thank you so much. For being such an amazing audience today. Once again, we thank all. Requesting all of you to please